I'm Cameron,
I'm Amanda.
and this is Interview. I am a senior of Xavier University, Louisiana. I am a double major in psychology and theology and a double minor in philosophy and music. I was just inducted into the Knights of Peter Claver's very first collegiate unit, and I am the Deputy Grand Knight, which is the second in command of our unit. I have spoken at many national conferences across the country. I have spoken at the National Light Conference, and I've given a keynote speech for the junior knights and daughters of Peter Claver for their retreat one Sunday.
Now, what is this? Knights?
The Knights of Peter Claver is a predominantly black Catholic men's fraternity, and we just celebrated our 100th year anniversary in 2009. So yes, we have 100 years in Claverism.
All right, so Cameron, you are a New Orleans native, right?
I am.
Born and raised.
Born and raised in the good old dirty South, Seven Ward, Jensen, Nola, Louisiana.
Okay, so you've been here your whole life, before Katrina, after Katrina. What was the city like? I know you were younger, but what was the city like before Katrina? If you remember.
Now we're talking when I was around 8 or 9 years old. I'm 21 now. So the city was very productive. It was a lot more productive than it was after Katrina, most definitely. To be honest, it was a little bit dirtier. We feel, us New Orleanians feel as though the floodwaters of Katrina helped to wash away some of that debris and some of that
nastiness.
The nastiness, exactly. So it was due to the floodwaters that there was a lot of debris in the streets. And when I came back, I explicitly remember medians having debris and garbage piled 2 to 3 stories high. Oh yes, and it literally was a sight to behold. It was something that I wish I could have taken a picture of, but we were just so distraught. We were just so in awe of the destruction of our city, of our home, that we couldn't do anything but just gaze upon the destruction.
Now, would you say Katrina brought people from Orleans together in a sense, or would you say that people apart?
Both. In fact, there are some people who decided not to come back to the city at all, and for some very staunch New Orleanians, we feel as though they betrayed the city, the place that they called home. But in another sense, I can understand that you have to grow. And growing requires moving sometimes. And yeah, we didn't have too much aid from the federal government, unfortunately, during the Bush administration. But we did receive a lot of help from other states, and we are grateful for that.
Who's something that you see in the city that prospered in aftermath of Katrina?
We received a lot of publicity. A lot of people we found decided to come to New Orleans not to see the historic sites whatsoever, but just to see the destruction that Katrina has wrought. For instance, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, they actually built houses in the Ninth Ward to help with the reproduction of the city. Yes, indeed, and we are extremely grateful for their services as well.
Now, aside from the Catholic fraternity that you're part of and being a student at Xavier, what were some things that you are involved in the city? I know you're into theater, I know you're into choir. What are some things that you have known around the city? People can be like, oh, Karen, I remember you from this.
Well, I am a member of St. Remy St. Leo, the Holy Catholic Church on Paris Avenue. My pastor is Father Anthony M. Bozeman, SSJ. And because of his advocacy for me and for the young Catholics in this city, I have been blessed to travel all across the country and give my spiel, give my insight on what a lot of elders of the church forget, and is that the young people, the youth, the young adults have the power in the church. We are just not present enough, and we don't feel as though we have the power. Yes, yes, and I am also part of their choir. I've acted, of course, in Anthony Bean's Community Theater, which is a black-owned theater. So most definitely, it's wonderful.
You said what was that again?
It was a black-owned theater.
No, the name of the theater.
The Anthony Bean Community Theater.
Anthony Bean Community Theater. Viewers, go check that out.
Oh yes.
Support
Oh
black
yes.
businesses.
Yes, indeed. Without asking for a discount, because you can't support a black business if you keep asking for discounts.
You've been through a lot
Yeah.
in your 21 years of life.
Yeah.
Through everything that you've gone through, what would you say the most important lesson is that you took from it?
Mm. Mm. All things can be possible through family, through friends, through determination, and through faith. Most definitely through faith. Because without the faith, then what is that? There's nothing to hope for, you know. And we received a lot of love. A lot of love enveloped this city, and that I can say is wonderful.
Now, I guess we're gonna do some fun questions.
Ooh, I'm a break now.
Alright. You can go anywhere. Anywhere in the city. Not even in the city. Anywhere in the world.
Ooh,
Where would it be?
you already know the answer to that. It's Italy.
Why Italy? What made you fall in love with Italy?
I absolutely adore the architecture. Absolutely adore the food. The scenery is magnificent. And specifically in Italy, Florence and Rome. Mostly because it's Florence where they have the first dome type of shape, and it's called the Duomo. And it is the first ever in its kind to have a self-supporting dome system where it has a keystone at the top. And more specifically for Rome, I am a Roman Catholic, so
Okay.
it's kind of
Now,
self-explanatory.
how did you fall in love with Italy? I know it's connected
Mhm.
through city, I think, right? Or was it through school?
Are you talking about how I got there,
Yes.
or oh yeah, it was through Xavier University. We had a study abroad program where I was able to do what they entitled a grand tour of Italy, where I was able to visit Florence, Naples, Venice, Rome, Pompeii. Where else? Where else? Where else? Assisi. It was beautiful, beautiful.
You're very fortunate.
Yes.
You traveled
Very
the world,
blessed.
you traveled the country. Then you're a survivor of losing everything, like not having, taking, washing everything away, and you prospered. You are a walking example of showing the world that you don't need much to succeed. All you need is the power, the ambition,
Mhm.
and just the courage to step out on your own 2 feet and just be like, you know what, just because I don't have this, just because I'm not at the same level of my peers or what's around me does not mean I cannot compete or excel past them.
Mhm.
And that is something that I think embodies the just New Orleans natives, especially the ones that stayed,
Mhm.
even the ones that left, they've gone through hell and back, and wherever they go, they take that what's her name? Family.
It's family. To be honest with you, if you want to put it into simplistic terms, New Orleans is just a big family, mostly because New Orleans itself is just so small. and everyone knows everyone. You can walk down the street and you can say, "Hey, Auntie Claudia," and then that same day you can be like, "Hey, Auntie Claudia," in a completely different part of the city, and
everywhere we go, somebody knows it. Everywhere.
it never fails. That's why she stopped taking me out.
Not true. We just our schedules didn't match up because he's my boy. I tell you, you couldn't see one without the other at one time. Like I mean, you would not see one without one of us trailing behind or in front of. Hurry up! We got somewhere to go.
We got some places to be. Come on now.
All right, but thank you for your time. I think that this was very insightful, especially to get perspective from a young adult. Most time, people who talk about Katrina or talk about violence before Katrina are of an older generation, and they have a different viewpoint of where it stands.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. Everyone's perspective is different. So someone who's part of my generation, it's just like I lost it all. But
through it all, we gained it all.